and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to put these two mowers head to head and see the difference between them. I have the 36 volt Ryobi Rotary Mower and the 18 volt Ryobi Cylinder Mower. They both claim to have a minimum cutting height of 18 mil, so I've set them both at that. I'm going to do half the yard with the rotary, half the yard with the cylinder, and see the difference between the two mowers. Immediately I noticed that the cylinder mower is not cutting all that well at all. I've borrowed it from a mate and he doesn't use it anymore, so I'd say it needs a bit of adjustment. I just ran the cylinder over some paper. It didn't cut paper anywhere along. It was cutting, clippings were coming out of it sort of off to the left hand side but not on the right hand side, so I'd say it needs a little bit of adjustment. I think with this one it's just a little Allen key in each of these to adjust the bed knife down towards the reel. So I'll give this one just a quarter turn and just see how we go. Already it sounds better. It sounds like it's grinding on the metal a bit. It's sort of catching. Let's see. I've got a sheet of paper here. We'll give that a whirl. Not the most delicate way to hold a mower, I suppose. All this workbench here and can't put anything on it. Too much junk. Right, immediately that's cut. Not so much on this side. So, give it a bit more of a turn. It sounds a bit crunchy when I do that, so that might be too much. This is really hard to do on camera. Excuse my back. Seems to be cutting now. The blades appear not too sharp, but at least it's cutting. So I'll go back, give it another go, and see if that at least gives us a benchmark. And then, as well as my Victor mower, I might try and sharpen the blades on this one as well at some stage. So let's keep on cutting and see what we get. So, half the yard at the 18 mil height setting, which again, I don't know how reliable that is, but that's what it is. Got that much in the catcher. We've had rain the last couple of days, so we had a fair bit of growth, but I'll leave this here and just compare the clippings that come out of the rotary as well. You see that you will be able to see they're quite different looking. So. I'll fire that one up now and get that side done. Then we'll do a comparison. Alright, both sides of the yard are now done. Clippings from the rotary, clippings from the cylinder. So let's have a look first at the ones from the cylinder mower. I don't know how this is going to show, whether it's going to show up any good. If you can see it, these are very dry clippings. They're very fluffy, hashtag fluffy clippings, but more importantly, they're cut straight. You know, the grass blade laying over, here's a big one. The grass blade laying over sometimes may cause the cut to be on an angle, but at least it's all one smooth cut all the way across. It's not ripped and jagged. So these are very clean cut grass clippings. Again, I'm hoping they show up. That might be focusing on me, I don't know. I'll take some photos and put some macro photos on so you can see them anyway. But obviously that's quite good, because the grass that it's leaving behind is the other side of these is nice, cleanly cut. It's going to prevent them browning off. It's going to make them look nicer, but also I think it makes them healthier. I read that somewhere. Meanwhile, ones from the rotary mower, they always seem damp. It's kind of gross. But that one's got a handful of sand with it, but they look like they're ripped. If I can catch that one, they look like they've been absolutely whacked, which they have. Hence the rotary mower. It's just a big blade just spinning around, just whacking into those leaf blades as hard as it can, so that it tears them in half. I think that's more likely more susceptible to disease, but it's also going to brown off and make the grass not look as green and nice and fluffy. So in my books, the clippings from the cylinder mower are better than the ones from the rotary mower. Everyone's open to their own opinion, of course, but that's mine. But let's go and see what the grass actually looks like, what the lawn looks like, and that may change our opinion, or it may cement that the cylinder is the way to go. So firstly, first thing I notice on this side, which is the rotary side, is that it is lower. So 18mm on the rotary lower, 18mm on the rotary mower is lower than 18mm on the cylinder mower. I still don't understand how to cut and that sort of stuff, but you'd think if they're set at 18mm, that's what they'd be cutting at. But I've got some ideas on that, and I'll chat about that in a minute. But it looks alright. It's not too bad a cut. On this side, first thing you notice is stripes, because that's what a cylinder mower does, but it's higher, it's a higher cut. So not really sure about that, but we'll get down nice and low and see what the blades look like. This is the side from the rotary mower, and you can see some of the blades are actually cut quite square and straight, which is good, means the blades are still nice and sharp. But there are a lot, if you can see down here in this patch here, that look like they've been chewed by the dog or someone, and I think that's just typical of, speaking of the dog, of the rotary mower. The way it cuts is that that's what it does to the grass. It just whacks it so hard that it breaks it off. We'll go and check the cylinder side now. I'm not sure if that's translating or not into the camera, but it's a much nicer looking cut. The lawn looks much nicer over here, but and as I said, the blades are cut nice and squarely, nice and straight. Yeah, I think this is a better side. Alright, so there's no secret that I prefer the cylinder mower style cut to the rotary mower cut. But at the end of the day, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the way that rotary mower cuts the lawn. It looks really good, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, you might have seen that all last season I did my entire lawn with that rotary mower and had it looking absolutely mint, in my opinion. So you don't need the cylinder mower for good results. I just think that the cylinder mower cuts a little bit better on the grass, and if you're after lawn stripes and that sort of stuff without the hassle of building or buying a striping kit that goes on the back of your rotary mower like some people do, then the cylinder mower is the way to go. Unfortunately, both those mowers go to 18mm at their lowest setting, and I cut my lawn at 13mm at the moment. So after doing the test, I'm still going to get my push Victor mower out in its lowest setting and do the grass again just to knock it down to that 13mm. I'm going to take the Ryobi cylinder mower out and do it do the front with it this week. It's still slow going, so there's still a lot of sand, so the push mower gets bogged down in it, and when the wheels get bogged in that, the blade stops spinning. So at least with the Ryobi, the blade will keep spinning as I sort of wrestle over that sand. So I'll go and do that now. I'll run the Victor over the back. I'll chuck some footage of that in so that you can see the lawn update, and then we'll see where we're at. I've got another application of some plant doctor chemicals that I've got to do in the next little while, but probably not today, maybe the end of next week. The rain we've had the last few days has made this lawn go absolutely gangbusters, so it's going really good. So I don't want to overdose it and turn it into a jungle, so I've just got to be a little bit more careful with that. But alright, I'll get back on the mower and catch up with you in a bit. So second run over the lawn, this time with the 13mm, and I've still got a whole other catcher left. So again, nice fluffy cylinder cut clippings, perfect. I'm going to do the front. Alright, that'll probably do me for today. Just a quick wrap up. The Ryobi Rotary versus the Ryobi Cylinder mower test. Interesting that both Ryobi products both state that they go down to 18mm, but the Rotary is much lower. I flipped them both over and tried to measure from the lowest part of the wheels to the knife bed on the cylinder and to the blades on the Rotary, and got nothing like 18mm on either of them, so I don't know where I'm supposed to measure or what I'm supposed to check against that, but I'm not too worried, because my philosophy on the height of cut stuff is a little bit different to most people. I see lots of people getting pretty angry about it, you know, getting jacked up when someone says it's cut at 10mm and they think it's cut at 12mm. Oh, that looks more like 12mm to me. Mate, if you can tell the difference between 2mm on a photo online on Facebook, I hope you're doing something more productive with your time. As long as it looks good and you're happy with it and it's down low, I think that's all that really matters. So I'm not too focused on the actual numbers. I just thought it would be interesting to see if they stack up. I think the cut from the cylinder mower is much better. Granted, on this test, like I said, that cylinder mower of my mate's, he doesn't use it anymore. It's been sitting for a while. The blades are a little bit blunt, but also my rotary mower has just helped me go through one heck of a renovation, so its blades aren't the best either. So with two brand new products with brand new blades, it might be a different result, but that's what I got. So anyway, I thought that was an interesting comparison. The lawn update, the backyard is looking really good. I'm really happy with how that's coming along. The front and the side, I'm struggling to not be a little bit disheartened by how slow that's coming back and how much junk is in it now, from those storms that we had. I wish I had to put some pre-emergent down earlier. Might have stopped some of that, but like the side yard, there must be 50 different types of grass in there. The front yard, I reckon there's a couple of different types in there now. Broadleaf weeds are starting to come through, so I'm staying on top of it, and I'm hopefully going to get it back into shape. But yeah, it's a little bit worse for wear compared to the backyard, but I'll keep on keeping on, and hopefully I can make it look really nice by Christmas time. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. That helps me out a lot. Leave me a comment if this is something that you're interested in watching. Let me know. And other than that, I will catch you next time on The Lion Lawn.